Sarah, you have a gorgeous R&B soul vibe to your music. How do you tend to describe it though?
Um, Definitely like a confessional almost. I know that it's a bit unorthodox because I am doing poetry in a melodic way. Kind of like how I used to sing, but I'm talking instead. And when people listen to it, I want them to feel like I'm talking to them. So that's how I would describe it.
Who are some of the artists that influenced you when you were growing up?
Um, I definitely would say bigger influences would be Drake lyrically. I love SZA, like, how she goes about describing her love relationships and just life in general. And lastly, I think I would say which is definitely controversial, but R. Kelly. Trapped in the Closet was such a just a amazing project, separating the art from the artist, of course. But the way that he told his story while singing to you, like no one's ever done that before. So I'm really into storytelling and I'm really into lyrical abilities. That's kind of what drives me to certain artists.
You have a gorgeous new spoken word single, Haunted Out. What made you decide to make it spoken word rather than a song, like what we consider, song?
Right. I think more so like pointing back to the storytelling part of it, the part of it. Um, I don't know what happened to inspire the spoken word piece of it all, but I started writing poetry about like a year and some change ago. And then I recorded with Price, who is an amazing sound recorder, and he's also an amazing songwriter, amazing artist. He's worked with Grammy Award winning artists before, and so I was honored to have recorded the track with him. The track was then mixed by Luther Banks and mastered by Kenny Mix, who are also very established in the industry and have worked with Grammy Award winning artists. And so I think in the whole mix of things, I wanted to feel like it was a conversation versus you just like getting lost in the melody and the beat of it all. I think when we listen to songs, are we really listening to like what people are saying, or are we
Sure.
listening to the beat and the flow of the music? So I wanted it to feel more like a conversational piece.
Is that then what people have been reaching out to tell you that they love about this song? That it's this sort of meditation on love and not letting go of that relationship, not wanting to let it go.
Yeah, I think that has been part of the conversation. Some people have called it therapy. It sparks up it sparks up, conversations that not a lot of people are comfortable talking about. I mean, the song, the poem song, or whatever you'd like to call it, it really speaks to being ghosted, honestly, like still having love for the person you're in a relationship with, but also knowing that the relationship no longer exists, and it kind of just like haunts you mentally throughout your life. It kind of sucks, but I think as like we go through life and we have those romantic relationships, we just never really fully forget about people. They kind of like pop up randomly through reminders and reminiscing and all of that. So
Is this a prelude to a full album or an EP possibly in the works?
yes, it's the third single on Letters to My Ex. I'm fully dropping Letters to My Ex in the upcoming weeks. I actually just filmed a short film, a poetry short film for it, which might be interesting. That'll also come out in the next coming weeks. So I kind of wanted to, as you said, prelude, um, hint at I would say the
The
theme
theme.
of the yeah, the theme of the whole album. So it's a piece of it, and I think as all the singles come together, it'll really be a full storyline.
What's your songwriting process, and do you approach it sort of differently from writing an actual poem that you may write?
Interesting. I would definitely say I like to just be in a relaxed mood, a dark room, maybe some liquor involved. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that in this interview. But I think it's just about being at peace and giving yourself room to express yourself. I'm really big on emotions and having comfortable spaces to express those. And I think poetry and songwriting has given me that alleyway to express myself in a healthy way, I should say.
We talked a little bit about the production side. How hands-on are you when it comes to that, though, as well? I know you said you worked with someone, but do you sort of say, like, I'd like it to have this sort of feeling and help craft it along that aspect as well?
Honestly, I since I just started a year ago, which a lot of people are really surprised about, I'm super grateful for the people I've met and the people I've worked with. It's like they're amazing. The projects that they have been a part of and the people they've worked with, alhamdulillah, mashallah. So I'm very grateful to have had the opportunity to be in a room with them and really create. But I honestly set at more of a mentee level, mentor mentee level. They definitely obviously have way more experience in this arena. I think with the poetry, it already created a theme, and then
Hmm.
in me picking a sound like a beat that I was interested in, but anything else, engineer wise, like I didn't really know. I was in the studio like, what does this mean? What does that mean? So it was definitely an opportunity to learn a lot.
Is there an emotion or message that you hope will linger with people who explore Letters to My Ex when it comes out?
Just that you're not alone. Abusive relationships, relationships that don't always bring out your best self is not it can happen to anyone.
Sure.
And you're not alone. And it's an opportunity for maybe you to tell your own story and be comfortable in doing that. I just, I'm sad to say most of my relationships have been abusive in some way, shape, or form. I haven't had an opportunity to really have an healthy relationship, healthy interaction with somebody in the romantic space. And I think that album kind of speaks to that. And there's phone sex after that. There's divorce, and then there's Sarah Tascha that comes after that. I have like a setting the landscape for three other albums to come out.
Okay.
But Letters to My Ex, yeah, thank you. But Letters to My Ex is the first one.
My goodness. I mean, hopefully you've learned something about yourself along the way from creating this and how to make changes for your better changes for yourself going forward.
Yeah, it's a
Not
journey.
to
I
mommy
think.
you, not to mommy you, but
No,
but
it's for sure a
we want our
journey.
girlfriends to learn and be better, and obviously we want them to be in relationships that heal them and encourage them, not hurt them.
Right. I think like when you grow up watching women in older generations not be in healthy relationships, it kind of like sets the tone, right? And so I did have to unlearn a lot of unhealthy habits and things that I thought were okay that weren't. So, yeah.
Okay, just looking out for my friend, my new friend.
Yes.
Will there be some live performances coming up then for Letters to My Ex? Spoken
Yes.
word nights you'll be performing at even?
Yes, soon, inshallah. I am dealing with an Achilles injury. I just had surgery. Yeah, super crazy. I was actually on set for a TV show that's in post production, so that'll be out soon. It's called Law Patrol. Look out for that on my Instagram. But anywho, I yes, there will be performances this year. Some jazz lounges I'm interested in performing at that people have asked me to come out to in Ohio, some in Los Angeles, Chicago, Atlanta. So definitely more to come on that.
Is there a dream collaboration, someone you would love to work with? Obviously, you mentioned SZA before. I could see a Lauryn Hill moment for
Oh
Sara
God, that
Tascha?
would that be, is that even possible? Lauryn Hill's a freaking legend. Um,
I'm putting it out in the
I
universe.
well, thanks. Collaboration, dream collaboration right now. I would really love to do a song with Jeremiah. I think that would be great. And I think we'd sound good together. So
All right, manifesting this for 2026.
thank you.
What would you like to say to everyone who are fans and supporters of the beautiful music, poetry, just vibe you put out into the world?
Stay true to yourself. Fuck what anyone else has to say about you. And make sure that you always, I would say, make sure that you always are comfortable enough with yourself to feel the emotions that make you the most uncomfortable. I think a lot of times we're dealing with things, but we're distracted by all of life's chaos.
Mm.
And then you sit down and you're like, fuck, like I'm depressed right now. Like, or this is probably something I should reach out to this person and talk about. It's been on my in my mind for weeks or days or whatever the case. And I've just been putting it off. So be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Well said. We all need to have a little discomfort to help us grow.
Yeah.